In this sport, you don't wait for judges to decide your fate. TenexToken puts you in control. Stake instantly, speculate discreetly, and keep your moves private. TenexToken. Play smart, play discreet. This is Kuhn Cassius for IFLTV. It is Tuesday brunch, 11:36.
Right.
Yeah, brunch is between 11 and 12, isn't it?
Right, okay, bruncher.
How are you, Frank?
I've got a stinking flu, mate. Stinking flu. I had a lot of late nights. My daughter's been in hospital, so I've had quite a few late nights, and anyway, so I'm worn out. I'm old and worn out.
Sorry to hear that, Frank. Is she okay?
Yeah, she made a recovery. She had a bit of a bad time, but she's okay now.
Okay. But yeah, you're in the office regardless, Frank, so no stopping you at the moment.
Something like that.
Right, Frank, before we come on to kind of, what's going on for the rest of the year, did you watch Dave Allen?
Yeah, I did. I'm not being disrespectful, and I mean that. I'm not doing disrespect. I've done a good job promoting it, but you know, there's levels and levels, and I think people got a little bit carried away with everything. And you know, Dave always gives a brave performance. He's a brave guy, nice guy. You know, he got well beaten, and there's levels. There's the levels that they're all at. And it was, you know, it's a sad and shame that he got beat. But you know, it is what it is. Don't confuse it with the heavyweight fights that we're putting on at the moment. It's levels. It's all about levels.
But Frank, is there anyone you could look at in your stable and you look at Dave Allen and think, do you know what, that would actually be a good fight?
Yeah, maybe a good fight for him at the moment. Probably David Adelaide, something like that. You know, at the moment, you know, David's got to get himself back in the swing after his last fight, something like that. But you know, you look at it. You know, when they were talking about the winner's going to fight, or he was going to fight AJ and all this stuff. I mean, come on, it's just no, it is what it is.
Frank, when I spoke to you, I think it was just over a week ago, the world is waiting for an announcement for Moses Itauma's next fight. You was hoping something could have been announced last week. It hasn't. Are we likely to see that or hear that this week?
I think we will do. We're just waiting for confirmation, and when we get the confirmation of it, we'll announce it. But until I get the confirmation, it's pointless announcing anything.
You suggested last week that people in the running to fight Moses Itauma are possibly outpricing themselves. Is that the case, or is that not?
Some of them have done that. They obviously got a value of an idea what they think their value is, or it's the other thing where they don't want to fight them. And you know, it's just stupid monies, and it doesn't stack up and it doesn't work. But what we're putting together is good.
I think we saw this in the kind of after a few fights with Anthony Joshua all them years ago. If people were going to fight people like him back then or Moses now, they're looking at it as like, I want to get paid. Is that the kind of attitude you've had from a lot of?
Of course, you want to get paid, but if they want to get paid for the money they're asking for, they're going to have to wait until he wins the world title. Then they will get paid. They'll get paid financially and paid in the ring.
So we're hoping this week we'll hear something, yeah?
Yeah, I'm hoping that's going to be the case, mate.
Okay. What is the situation with Derek Chisora? I know we saw that he came to your office last week. I think you said to me that it's unlikely they're going to be on the same card, or is that still a possibility?
It's looking unlikely. It's looking very unlikely that's going to happen. But Derek, the opponent, we've agreed terms and everything on. We're waiting for the contract back from him. Now, It's supposed to come back today, so we'll see.
There were some whispers, Frank, that Chisora was being linked with a fight with Deontay Wilder, who came out and said that he's going to be fighting in January. So obviously we're assuming that it's not him. But were there
That's,
talks for Wilder and Chisora?
we were at one stage, but that's not happening.
Okay. All right. Do you think this will be Derek's last fight at 50 or not?
I've got no idea. It depends on the result, doesn't it? Depends on the result. It's a tough fight he'll have if it comes off. When they sign the contract, we can announce it. It will be a tough fight. It'll be a bit of fun as well. Excuse me.
That, all right, Frank. That show that obviously you've got penciled in for December in Manchester. Will it be a pay-per-view show, Frank, or is that to be decided yet? If it's
That's to be decided. Yeah, that's to be decided.
okay. Will we see David Adelaide on that show as well?
I don't know yet. Again, it all depends about getting this fight done first of all, the main event. Get the main event done, and then the rest will fall into place.
Okay. Well, we're just over, what, 10, 11 days away from a huge night at the O2 next week, Frank, with Fabio Wardley and Parker. Yeah, I think everyone's looking forward to this, Frank.
Look, it's all on the line for the both of them. It's all on the line. As I've said on many occasions, the winner will be the mandatory interim champion and the mandatory to fight Usyk, and that's what will happen. That's what's been ordered. So they've got everything to go for. It's a cracker of a fight. The styles, I really do will gel and blend, and I think we're going to get something a little bit special on the night.
It's impossible to say Usyk's situation. Obviously, we spoke about it last week that he's not going to fight this year, but whether these guys are fighting for a vacant title or actually Usyk is impossible to say right now, isn't it, Frank?
Look, he owns the four belts, and he has at the moment it's his choice as to what he's doing. He's earned the right for that, but he's got to make some decisions because the WBO belt is the next one he has. He's mandatory for, and he's got to get on with that. And if he doesn't get on with that, then it'll be the next one. Whoever he fights in those four divisions, if he vacates each one of them going down the pipe, each of the mandatories are with us. So it's not going to be hard to make these fights. We've worked very hard. Our fighters have worked very hard, and they're all in really great positions in the heavyweight division.
Frank, I know we spoke about Tyson Fury the other day, but I mean, if Tyson is to come back, could he go straight into a fight with Alexander Usyk? Is that an option for Tyson?
That's something that Tyson will have to think about and discuss. I've not had that conversation.
I suppose it all kind of comes together, or you'll know a lot more when Tyson actually decides that that's exactly what he's doing.
Exactly.
So Frank, obviously for the rest of the year, you do have Parker and Wardley coming up on the 25th, but shows for the rest of the year, you've got November 1st, Buatsi in action in Manchester.
Yeah.
After that, Frank, what's the plan? Kind of back end of the year.
Well, we've got 3 light heavyweight championship fights on the card.
Yeah.
Really, really good fights. Liam Cameron, Troy Jones on there as well in the light heavyweight division. We got Brad Rare and Lyndon Arthur. So there's some really good fights there. Great show. Some exciting fights all on that card. And then we're off to Riyadh, obviously for the Benavides fight against Anthony Yarde for the BC title. And we got Sam Noakes there. Devin Haney's on that card. Obviously, it's a Riyadh season card. So I'm looking forward to that. It's a great boxing card. And then we'll be announcing the Wembley show.
Okay.
Sorry, the O2 show. What's that, Wembley? The O2 show. I keep saying I'll get it wrong. We'll be announcing that one as well. So there's some really, really good fights lined up. And, we're ending the year with some quality shows, quality matchups, real even money fights, and then we hit 2026 with some big announcements, some really cracking fights.
I know, yeah, I didn't know it was too early to ask you, but I'm assuming obviously you're already thinking for the first quarter of 2026, and
Yeah,
is
yeah.
any
And
inklings to what could be going on there, or
well, you're going to have Daniel Dubois coming back in a real meaningful fight, and a few of the other guys, and all these fights that are happening in this last quarter. The winners of those will want to get out again. So we've got some cracking fights there. Nick Ball, uh, quite a few of them. Some really, really, really exciting fights. Really looking forward to it.
just coming back to Daniel Dubois, Frank? We're not going to see Daniel in action this year, then, unlike
I
20.
don't think so. I don't think so now.
Okay. But you said to me the other day that when he does return, it will be in a big fight.
Yep, he's going to fight a world ranked fighter.
Has it ever been spoken about with Daniel potentially fighting Moses? Has that been spoken about at any point?
It's been mentioned. It's been mentioned, but it's not. It's not that fight. It is a big fight. You can turn that into a mega fight, and certainly, around this time of the year is no value because we want to get it into. If we do that, we want to get it into a massive stadium. That's a Wembley show. That's a big fight.
It's a huge fight, isn't it?
What do you think? His last two fights, Daniel at Wembley, back to back fights, 180, nearly 190,000 tickets. You know, that's it. There is he's had more people watch him live back to back than any fighter in the world.
Mm. I mean, look, I know obviously, yeah, we've spoken about obviously you're still waiting for Moses' situation to be confirmed, but Frank, you've got probably the hottest prospect there. We will call him a prospect, but the hottest commodity in world boxing there with Moses, haven't you?
But he certainly, everybody talks about him. You just said, given what your opinion is, I think he's a unbelievable talent, and he'll just go from strength to strength. I had some lunch with him last week. We had a good chat, and he knows what he wants. He knows where he wants to be. He's a very intelligent guy, certainly for his age as well. And he's focused on where he's going, and he'll get there. He will get there.
It's important for the people, the public, to also realise that he's not even 21 yet, isn't it?
No, I mean, you look, it's amazing. I mean, you look at you had that, we started off the conversation talking about Dave Allen, the way everyone was raving about that and whatever. I mean, how old's Dave now? Is he 35? He's 15 years older.
34, I think he is, 33,
Or
34.
whatever it is, So you just look at that and think that he's that much younger than him. So he's got all that time ahead of him.
Yeah, he's I suppose for the future, he's our hope from this country.
Yeah, yeah, he is. He is, mate.
But he seems to have his head firmly on his shoulders. He's quite ahead of his time in that way as well, Frank.
He's very, very switched on, as I say, and he's got, he knows he knows what he wants. And when I'm talking to him about fights and that, he's very intelligent. He's very intelligent. He gets it. He understands it.
Mm.
Very intelligent boy, man, man
Man,
boy.
can't drink in the US though yet. Not that
Can't drink.
he drinks. I don't
Thank
think he
God for
drinks
that.
anyway, but he can't. He's not old
No,
enough yet.
uh,
Frank, just a little recap to Friday. A very emotional day in Manchester. Saw the funeral of Ricky Hatton. No surprise with the turnout there, Frank. It
no.
was a lot of people lining the streets up there in Manchester.
I watched it. I couldn't be there, unfortunately. My daughter got taken very ill, and she had to go to hospital for emergency operation, so I couldn't get there. But I have seen it back, and as you say, very emotional. Fans come out in their droves for a guy who was a man of the people and was well loved and respected by him. You know, you can't cheat at that game. You know, being making out something you're not. And what you see with Ricky, you got what he was. That was it. He was a proper bloke, and people loved him for it. Very emotional.
It was, yeah, it was emotional, and I think there's no such thing as a good funeral. But people get asking how did it go. It was. in terms of funeral, it was, it kind of ticked them boxes, but it's a bit weird to say it was a good funeral. There's no such thing as a good funeral, but
Well, funerals are sad occasions, but they're also, I believe they're also a time to celebrate the life of the person who's passed on. And I think that was said, and there were not like a lot of nice things were said, obviously, at the funeral as well. I thought Anna Smith gave a great eulogy.
Hmm. Yeah, it certainly was an emotional day in Manchester on Friday. Frank, I just want to come back to the Saudi card coming up in November and speak about Sam Noakes. What a huge opportunity this is for Sam against Abdullah Mason for this um, vacant WBO title.
Well, it's two undefeated fighters going in there. Sam's done everything that's been asked of him, and he's done it the hard way. And I feel this can be his moment. I really feel this can be his moment in time, and I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it. Look, he's an exciting fighter. As soon as that bell goes, it's non-stop action with him, non-stop action, and he's relentless. And he's going to have to be that way in this fight. He's going to have to go and take it with both hands, and he's capable of doing that against a very good fighter.
Mm. That is in November on the Riyadh card, which is a great card as well. There's some great fights, obviously headlined by Benavidez and Anthony Yard. Anthony Yard in that fight again has got a great opportunity. Hasn't quite happened for Anthony Yard. He's been in some big fights. Hasn't worked out for him, but this is one of them moments as well. And you confident, Frank, with Anthony?
Look, one thing's for sure: if he catches anyone, they're in trouble. He can punch, he can box, but then again, so can David Benavidez. He's a good, very, very good fighter, undefeated fighter. I think he's 30. It's a tough fight. It's not an easy fight, but at that level, there are tough fights, and he knows what he's got to do. But it's a great opportunity for him to go and do it. So the opportunity is there. It's up to him to go out there and give everything that he's got, which I know he'll do, and he can come away with a prize.
Mm.
If he catches him, he'll come away with that prize.
Big opportunity for Yard there. And it's a great card there as well in Riyadh.
Good fight card, very good fight card.
Very card. Right, Frank, just the last one. Just going back to the weekend. Makhmudov has called a fight out with Anthony Joshua. What do you think about that, Frank? Joshua and Makhmudov.
Well, why wouldn't he call it out? I mean, they got the same promoter. Or promoter who promoted the fight last week. Eddie done that. It makes a lot of sense if they can get it together.
Mm. We shall wait and see.
We will wait and see.
All right, Frank. I know I said the last one, but I've got one more to chuck in
And
here.
there's more.
You knew there was more. Frank, it was about 9 days ago now. Matchroom announced the signing with a very entertaining video of uh, the signing, sorry, of Ben Whitaker. What did you make of the video, first of all, Frank? And what do you make about Whitaker now joining Eddie Hearn?
I thought it was very entertaining. It was a very entertaining video. It was a good video. Showed me the money. We never showed any money. We never made an offer. Never made an offer. I never even met him. I think he may have met George, but no offer was made because the fighters that they wanted to fight were not the fighters we wanted for him. We've got a great roster of light heavyweights, as you know. Look what's happening in Manchester, and they're the fights we want to do. They're the fights fighting guys. We want him fighting a Zach Parker or a Buatsi or a Lewis Cameron, sorry, Liam Cameron. All those different guys, all those fights there to be made, but they weren't interested. So we never went ahead with that. So it was show me the desire. Show me that you want to fight the best. The best.
Well, do you rate him as a fighter, Frank? Ben?
Look, he fought our guy, didn't he? And he weren't our guy at the time. He was managed by Lee, and then I thought he would have won that fight if he hadn't gone over the ropes. Second time round, He did what he had to do. He wasn't at the races and done what he had to do. But you know, he's he's an entertaining character when he's not fighting. And for me, you know, as I say, if they want to fight, if he wants to fight somebody, I've got plenty of light heavyweights who would gladly make a fight for him with Willie Hutchinson. There's a nice fight to make. Tell them Willie boy's here.
Well, you've definitely got a stable of them as well, along with your roster of heavyweights. You've got a very good selection of light heavyweights there as well.
Plenty of fights to be made.
Okay, Frank, much appreciate your time, and no doubt we'll catch up next week at Parker Wardley. It's going to be very interesting week. So, yeah.
Good. All right, my old son, be good.
Frank, thank you very much for your time.
See you when I'm looking at you.
This sport, you don't wait for judges to decide your fate. TenexToken puts you in control. Stake instantly, speculate discreetly, and keep your moves private. TenexToken. Play smart, play discreet.